Makeup with Gigi. Hi! Today we're gonna play with things I got in my Jeffree Star Summer 2021 mystery box. That's gonna include the Extreme Frost highlighter, and you're gonna see my little popsicle mirror. Also, we're gonna play with the Star Ranch palette. It is just awesome. It is so pretty. Yes, there are some browns and I didn't need any more browns, but I'll take them to get those blues. Those blues. Look at this. I love the way today's look came out. I'm so super impressed with all of his new products that I hadn't previously tried before. The Supreme Gloss. I am not a lip gloss person at all, but I really like the Supreme Gloss. This is the Blow My Candles color, and I have paired it today for my lip with the Dominatrix lip pencil. So if you want to see how we got here and all the steps this took, stay tuned. In the meantime, drop me a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Those buttons, they're right here. So sit back, grab a snack, and we're gonna get started. Please forgive all of the weird edits. I'm getting better. Welcome back to Makeup with Gigi. As stated in the intro, we are going to work with the Jeffree Star Ranch palette. I did get this in my summer mystery box. I am super excited to play with it. This is the first time I've had an opportunity to actually sit down and play with this one. So let's get started. I am gonna take my BH Cosmetics from their Zodiac collection, and this is brush number 1 for those playing the home game. And immediately we are gonna go into the color Yak Farm. As you can see, I have already primed my eyes, primed my face, done my brows, taped, and those are all available in separate videos if you want them. Otherwise, it's kind of boring. I can also show all my skincare in a separate video if you want, but again, it's kind of boring. So back to the palette. We're gonna start with the color here, Yak Farm. It is just a soft brown, and it's gonna make a great transition color. Yeah, that's beautiful. And I know I constantly say we have enough nude palettes, we have enough nude colors. We do. However, Jeffree does not repeat his colors at all. Some are real close, real similar. I'm looking at you, Alien, whatever color that was called, and Poison Ivy and Blood Money. But they're not exact replicas. And I actually didn't have a brown this color, surprisingly. So I'm pretty excited. We're just gonna tap it off and do the same thing on the other eye. I'm gonna touch in the color here, Wyoming, right in the middle. It's a darker, like a milk chocolate kind of brown, and that's gonna be my outer corner. We're going into the color Grand Prismatic real quick here. I think for my lid, I am going to go today, we're going to stick with the blue theme, and I'm going to do Old Jeff here on my inner of my eye here, right? On the inner lid. For the middle of our lid here, we're going to go in with Casper Mountain. This is more of a silvery blue. And I'm just going to use my pinky for that because it's just a small area. I am going to go in and I'm going to use the highlighter, the Extreme Frost Jeffree Star highlighter, Stripper Magic, and I'm going to take my favorite brush to do my highlight on my eyes, and I'm just going to swirl it around. This is a golder greenish highlighter, but I think it's going to pair nicely with this bluer look. Look how pretty and shiny that is. Look how pretty. If you saw my Jeffree Star mystery box reveal, this was one of the items I received in it, along with the Star Ranch palette here that we used today. And I love these highlighters. I knew I would love his highlighters, but I didn't know I would love them this much. It's like somebody gets me, you know? See, that adds a nice little highlight there. Later, I'll probably also use that highlighter in my inner corner, but for right now, we're just gonna put it back in its little fancy watch box here and put him back off to the side. Okay, time to remove the tape. And I'm gonna take a little more of my marshmallow primer that I used earlier, just a touch, and I'm just going to touch up where I had that tape just to make sure that I do still have primer there so that makeup will still stick there, you know? I don't want to have that one awkward spot where nothing wants to stick. Very carefully so you don't disturb your eyeliner. And then any extra, I'm just going to put on the spots of my face that give me the most trouble, which actually kind of look really pretty today so far. And in order to kind of keep that up, I am going to, before I do any kind of foundation or concealer, I'm going to take some of my Laura Mercier setting powder, and I'm just going to put it on my cheeks where I do feel like I need a little more help achieving an in-person kind of softer airbrushed look. Real close here so you can see. And then I do tend to get a little oily right here around my nose, so I'm going to powder that as well. And there's kind of the before texture. And then we're going to go in. And see, that just softens it a little bit. It doesn't fix all the problems, it doesn't cover all the pores, you're still going to have them, but it softens it. And it's going to help the tinted moisturizer I'm going to put on in a minute, you know, look smoother. And then as always, when we use powder, we're just going to brush off any extra with Shorty. Okay, I'm also going to hit my forehead here real quick where I've just got these lines from frowning so much, and see if we can't maybe hide them just a little bit. They're going to be there, but maybe we can make them a little quiet, you know. So the next product I'm going to use today is my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. This has got the hyaluronic acid in it, and it is the medium 9W. Ooh, a kitty hair on my face again. I'm just going to take a couple of squirts here on the back of my hand with my beauty blender, and we're just going to blend it into my face. And I am going to go under my eyes because this one does have kind of an orangey undertone to it. And I'm going to use that instead of color corrector today. See how that kind of already neutralized? Once I get concealer over that, I should be good. It shouldn't show too much of that hyperpigmentation I got going on there. This is really the kind of product that you can almost just put this on and go. It's not so like full coverage that you're losing all of your color in your face here. You're still going to have your natural shadows and such a little bit. You're still going to have all your natural shadows. They're just going to all be made similar in tone. Evens everything out, and I am just going to smooth this out real quick. I think it's a little slightly too dark for me still this year. It's rained a lot the last few weeks, so I haven't had quite as much sun exposure as I had anticipated previously. For concealers, first, to cover up this little thing going on here and here, I'm going to use my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Concealer. This one is in the color Light 50W, but it's going to blend in with my skin tone really well. And I'm just going to leave that to dry. From under my eyes today, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Double Duty Ultra Creamy, this little guy. And I'm going to use the color 29N, and that is light medium. And I'm going to put just a little here, a little here, a little here, and a little here. And I put it down here because I want to brighten this area where these little natural eye bags. I need to cover up the underside of it where the shadow is. So that's where I want most of my product to be. And we're just going to tap this out. Smooth that out right here with your finger. I just love the way the Shape Tape smells. I don't know why this particular line smells so amazing, but it does. It's like, it reminds me of a perfume, but not in a bad way. Just very light, almost floral. Clean. I like it a lot though. Okay, we're gonna blend this one right here. Now that I've got that blended in, I like it. I'm good with where we're at. I'm gonna take my Laura Mercier setting powder and I am going to set that down and just make sure it's not going anywhere and that it's not gonna crease real bad or anything. It is still probably gonna crease some. And I'm gonna go over my cheeks just one more time to make sure that they are as poreless and airbrushed as I can manage without like major changes to my skin, like peels and stuff. I don't know anything about those. I'm kind of afraid to use them. If you have any favorite like at-home peels that aren't gonna make my face like lizard peel for a week, drop that in the comments for me below. I'll be happy to look into them. I'm not opposed to it necessarily, I'm just kind of afraid of them. See how pretty that coverage is? I'm also going to go back here and I'm going to just kind of blend out the concealer we've got going on down here. And you see they're still there. They didn't go away. But they're not like yelling at people either from across the room. And I'm just going to put a little setting powder over them. And that's going to help keep that covered. Also, I'm going to set other places that I had already, previously applied powder over my primer. Just to kind of, again, help with excess oiliness, creasing, whatever your struggle is in these little areas here. And then I'm going to take Shorty and I'm just going to dust off all the extra powder. There are no baked goods here. Well, there are lots of baked goods here, but not on my face. I don't like to bake my face. I'm too old for that and my face gets dry. Now that all that's done, we're going to go in with our ColourPop Cream Gel Liner. This is the color Prance, and I'm going to put this on the top waterline. And for my bottom waterline, I'm going to use this really old, probably needs thrown away, Wet n Wild Coloration eyeliner pencil in silver. And we're just going to put this right here on the bottom. And this may be one I can't find a link for, y'all. If not, I'll try to find an alternative. Alright y'all, so to get that to work, I did have to use the old-fashioned lighter trick, heat up the end a little bit so that it gets soft, and wait till it's not lava hot before you actually put it on your eye, of course. But while it's still soft, and that way you should be able to get more color out of it. Very useful on liners that are old and you just can't part with because you love them, such as this one. I do know that NYX makes a really good metallic liner because I have the gold one. So I'll probably go and invest in one of those my next trip to Ulta so that I can replace this guy. What is this? So yeah, you see I've got something going on here. I don't know what this is, but we're gonna take our spoolie and my little mirror here, and I'm gonna use it to get the black parts off. And that would happen because I really liked that today. And then I'm just gonna take my beauty blender that still has my concealer on it, and I'm gonna work that back in and try to cover it up the best I can. Okay, we're gonna take this little teeny weeny brush here. And I'm gonna take just a little bit of my concealer on it. And we're gonna fix this. And hit it with a little setting powder again, just to make sure it knows its place. Okay, dust off that extra. There we go. Crisis averted. Now we can move on to our under eye, and for that I am going to go back into the Star Ranch palette. And for my under eye, I want to use my angled brush here. It's a Morphe M165, same as always. And I want to use Grand Prismatic as my under eye shade today. And we're just going to go about halfway and do the same on this other side. And I'm going to take my little dual-ended Eco Tools brush here. This is the smudge side. It's also apparently the hold the cat hair side. And I'm going to take the color Yak Farm, which is this one where we started, and I'm going to use that to kind of smoke out this blue. It's as simple as that. We didn't do anything fancy today, really. But I like it. It's gonna work. It's pretty. Next we need to do our bronzer slash contour and our blush. So I've got my Hoola by Benefit here, just the original. I have dumped out its guts, which consists of this cute little protector plastic thing and this tiny brush. I like my big fan brush. Just gonna give it a couple swishes and go. And you can really see the difference where I've already got everything kind of placed versus where I don't. Very pretty. For our blush today, I am going to use the NARS Orgasm. This is the little mini. I just didn't see the need to buying the big one. I'm not going to use that. It's a lot of blush. I'm not going to use it. I don't want to have to throw it away. I'll just buy the mini, and if I need to, I'll go buy another one when it's empty, you know, and have maybe 24 months or 18 months. But with a 12-month shelf life recommended, I can't with the cat hair today. My goodness. With a 12-month shelf life, I can't justify spending that much money on something I will likely end up throwing most of away. Blend a little blush under my chin and just brings a little warmth. That's it. I'm not trying to like make it pink like my cheeks. Just to have a little warmth in there so that the tone looks more human. And I do like to take my blush up into my hairline towards my temple, kind of 80s style. I really like the way it warms up my face. And the same with my forehead. And then we're going to, of course, take Shorty and just give everybody a good blend. Make sure that it's not, you know, too dramatic in some places, and we don't want that orange middle school line underneath from our bronzer. That's pretty. For mascara today, we're going to use our Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara. I'm just going to put a little bit of this on. I'm not really feeling a whole ton of it today. Mascara is done. Now we're going to pull out our Jeffree Star Extreme Frost Highlighter again. And this was the color Stripper Magic. And I'm going to get my brush I use for highlighting. I don't know. It came in a BoxyCharm box. It's written in cursive in really tiny, almost the same color letters. I can't read it. I don't think I have that BoxyCharm slip anymore either. But anyway, it's a brush. I got another one, a green one, in another BoxyCharm box, so it must be somebody they carry. I've got my highlighter on my brush, and we're just going to very gently, because Jeffree, what did you do? Oh, that's so pretty. That's just a little bit. It's so pretty. And just if you are using this highlighter, be sure you put it where you want it, because that's where it's going to go. And again, this highlighter being from the Blood Money collection, it does have a green shift to it, goldish. But I really, really like it. Like a lot. I really like it. I now really need to get Choking on Ice and Gag Me. Those are the two I've been looking at for a long time. I really think that the purple and the pink of them, I'm pretty sure that's the purple and the pink one, that they would just be beautiful with a lot of the looks I do. Oh, another thing I want to do with my highlighter, before I put it away, I got so distracted by how pretty it is, I want to take my little pointy guy here. This is a Morphe M431, and I want to take a little bit on here, and I'm going to do my inner corner. And again, just a little more at the brow there. Okay, so pretty. So in love with it. And I was going to use, I received also the lip liner from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This is the color Dominatrix. So let's do this today. It's a darker brown color, but I think we can liven it up. I've got a few ideas. Let's see where it takes me. And since it is a short night at work, I could probably stand a lip gloss. So you see I've got all these crazy lines, and I've colored in the corners here. And the reason I'm doing that is to add dimension, because now I'm going to take the Supreme Gloss from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and this is the color Blow My Candles. It is just such a pretty pale pink nude, light mauve. I'm not sure what his website says for the description, but I was really excited to receive this because it's got this weird little doe foot applicator that I had never seen before, but I really like it. So we're gonna stand this little guy up. And it smells like caramel, y'all. Oh my God, it's amazing. Okay. And it just makes a very pretty lip. His products are all designed to play very nicely together. I really, really like the way this came out today. The next on my list, I guess I need to get some of his concealers and some of that Magic Star setting powder and see how magic it is. But for now, I am going to spray my face with the NYX Bear With Me setting spray one more time, and we're gonna call it done.